In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Hello, family and friends, Muslim, Christians, and Jews, and all believers. Again tonight, this is Alim Muhammad. I'd like to give you a brief video of some information that I've gathered after reading, well, having it in my heart already. I already had it in my heart. After reading the Quran, I had so much of it in my heart, and I thought about it to give you a short video. It's real short, well, not real short, but it depends on you. But I know a lot of my videos have been long, and something touched my heart, someone, somehow, an angel, or God Almighty himself. It had to be from him, because this video was about him tonight. And I wanted to speak on a few verses of the Quran, which are so powerful, and they may be more powerful than any information I have given you. So pay attention. This is basically about Allah. This is about God Almighty and his power, the power of God. It's amazing how we reach back. But as I said, I started this video by saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, or Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. That is to say, I bear witness there's no God but God, and that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. My family and friends, all of you who are believers, please understand that I'm not here to knock anyone religious, and I'm not here to put anyone way down, but I'm here to stand in the cause of Allah, no matter what it takes, to defend his honor and hopefully save myself by doing something he likes. Since he created us because he wanted to be known. And so you have to find out yourself in your own way to whether or not he exists, whether or not he's over control of everything. That's all of you. That's any Muslim, Christian, Jew, or non-believer, or those straddling the fence, or whatever. But as I said, I just want to give a few verses tonight. This video is about God Almighty. Hope that you would understand he does exist, that he's in control of everything. I hope you understand that, and that you remember that, and that you hold on to what he has given you in terms of worshiping him. You turn to him with whatever you have, whatever you figured out, whatever you know about worshiping the Almighty. We Muslims choose to call him, we think his proper name is Allah, the God. But you call him God, you call him Jehovah, you got other names you call him, but he's the Almighty. He's above comprehension. It is acquainted with everything. But as I said, I want this to be a short video. I want you to think about these things I'm telling you, to go do research on them. These three, I'm going to give you about 3 verses. I'm not going to say them in Arabic. I could read them in Arabic to you, but I want to say it to the English-speaking audience. And if you're an Arabic person, ask the English person to give it to you, while I gave it to them from the Quran. I'm coming from the Holy Quran tonight. And I think I'll start with a very, very, very important verse where Allah says to us, he says, he speaks to us in the Quran. It is in chapter 21:30. Chapter 21:30, he says, do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were joined together as one creation before we clothed them asunder? We made from water every living thing. Would they not then believe? That's a chapter 21, a chapter called El Anbiya, the prophets. It's the prophets. It's chapter 21, verse 30 of the book in the Quran. Chapter 21, verse 30. And it says a lot. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were joined together as one unit of creation before we clothed them asunder? We made from water every living thing. Would they not then believe? Oh, check it out. Hear what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to believe. Believe in the Quran. Become Muslim. You can be a Christian too, but believe that God Almighty exists and do righteous deeds above all. In this verse that I'm just recited to you, I recited in English. It'll sound different in Arabic, but it's about the waters. He created he said we created. He concluded his helpers. It was him. He said we, but he said we because he used other forces at his disposal to do what he did. Do not the unbelievers. Now those who don't believe. He said, do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were joined together as one unit of creation before we close them asunder. See, he's asking, do you see? Because some of them don't see it. But they call it the Big Bang Theory, remember? They call it the Big Bang Theory because we know in history it says in the Holy Quran as well, let false hope amuse them, soon will knowledge undeceive them. Let false hope amuse them, soon will knowledge undeceive them. See, I'm giving you knowledge in this regard. I'm giving you the Quran, but I'm explaining to you the knowledge that they have about the Big Bang Theory. It says here in the Holy Quran, it's telling you, do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were joined together as one creation before we closed them asunder? But they was together. Well, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ couldn't know that. He wasn't a scientist. He just a prophet, but the most mighty prophet, the most mighty of them all, we believe. But he was telling us and giving us with his knowledge that Allah shared with him. He was giving us telling us via the angel Gabriel, that these are truths. This is a truth, one truth. This is like a light. This is a jewel that I just gave you. It's one verse. But I have a few I want to give you. And I don't want to make this a long video, but I want you to go think about this. Do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and earth were joined together as one unit before we closed them asunder? We made from water every living thing. Now they're saying, the scientists are saying after knowledge has come, it says, let false hope amuse them, soon will knowledge undeceive them. That was back over 1,400 years ago. But it came forward now. And the knowledge of the researchers and the scientists and the people who know exactly that majority of our body is water. We're made from water. He says every living thing came from water. That's very important. And that's in chapter 21:30 of the Quran. You just Google it if you don't believe me. You just can Google it if you want to look at that and study it for yourself. In the English translation, you will see some variations, but you should be able to get a good understanding. Read chapter 21, verse 30 of the Holy Quran. It's called Al-Anbiya. The prophet, that means the prophet, translated the prophets. He said, of him seeks its need every creature in the heavens and on earth. Every day in new splendor does it shine. That's important. That's a really important verse. It says, of him seeks its need every creature in the heavens and on earth. Every day in new splendor does he shine. Every day in new splendor. And why am I saying it's about new splendor? I says every day in new splendor does he shine. He does. Does it shine? The heavens, it shines. He shines because the heavens is expanding. I just gave you a verse about the creation, about water. Now I'm talking about how the heavens expands, how it is now still expanding. And by the way, this is a gentleman who probably not with us anymore. I think it was in the 30s, in the 1930s, in the mid or late 30s. Edwin Hubble. You're familiar with him. Some of you are familiar with Edwin Hubble. Look up Edwin. He discovered in about the 1930s. He was discovering it. He sees how the universe was expanding. He discovered it. And he discovered it. It goes back to the Quran where it said, "Let false hope amuse them. Soon will knowledge undeceive them." This is coming from a man who couldn't read and write that we know of. He was a prophet, and the angel Gabriel was telling him, this is what you say to him. As the word say you find in the Quran, you know that Gabriel is saying say instead of Muhammad. And it tells you in the Quran, Allah says he, God Almighty says he will guide the book. So we have it. We have it now. But these 3 verses I'm giving you are amazing. And I thought about them and I said, go, it's just be a short video, hopefully. But go back and forth and look at it. It says with skill, it says with the power of skill did we construct the firmament. For it is we who created the vastness of space. That's a very important verse there. Why is this so important? He says it's we who created the vastness of space, because this space is so vast. It's so vast. This is a very vast space above us, and it seems to still be expanding. Only Allah knows. But Edwin Hubble believes, and his crew and his men and their knowledge and their research showed them that it was still expanding. If you go to look up Edwin Hubble and look and see what he said about it expanding. And that's the verse I just gave you from the Quran that let false hope amuse them, soon will knowledge undeceive them. Here's knowledge. Here's my knowledge of what I'm reading to give to you from the experts. Not that I have a doctorate degree. I have a small degree. But I'm talking about the ones with the doctorate degree who did much extensive research. A whole lot. And so I want to work with these. I want to say something about these three. These 3, they call ayat, and it means sign. It means verse. It means evidence, as I've come to know. As I come to realize after all these years. And I want to give it to you, family. I want to give it to you, friends. I want to give it to all Muslims, all Jews, all Christians. Not that the Muslims don't know, not that the others who have studied don't know. But I want to give this little short video. It's not going to be long, I don't think. It's the other ones that I've passed in the past. I may have one that's shorter than this, though, because I came back and correct. But I don't think I had to correct on this one. Because I tell you about 3 verses you can go look up in the Quran. Chapter 55, verse 29, chapter 21, verse 30, and you go look up chapter 51, verse 47. Look them all up. Look them up, and you study them, and you go to talk. You go to thinking about it. You go to thinking about it. And you go to talk about it with others if you want, and look at it and pull it together, because it's English. Because the Prophet Muhammad, he told us to speak to you in a language that you understand. I said, come to God Almighty, and give him his glory, give him his respect and his honor. He said, that's why he created us, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Don't think I'm some lunatic. Don't think something wrong with me. And I like to have fun too. I wish I could have all the fun that you guys have. But it seems to me most important, outside of taking care of my family in everyday life and doing everyday living things that we have to do to stay brief, to stay afloat and stay healthy, and to take care of ourselves. What's most important to me is studying and doing the research to bring what Allah would have me to bring to you. And it's not a whole lot. It's just, I wanted you to just think about this, and I'll go over them again. It's a few verses, and it says something to this effect. With the power and skill did we construct the firmament, talking about the heavens. For it is we who create the vastness of space. And when he say vast, when he says we, he says it's we. It's a royal we. That's the we of respect. And those he allowed to work for him. That's the royal we. That's the royal we. Anyway, I'll be ending this video now because It's a late hour, and hopefully someone will get it and see it and understand the video. Someone will get it and see it and understand it. And what I will do, I'll come back if I can with another video, and if it pleases God. But I wanted you to check these 3 verses out. I wanted you to see the one in chapter 55, verse 29. I want you to look at chapter 51, verse 47. And I do definitely want you to look at chapter 21, verse 30. But these are important verses to tell you about the creation, tell you about Allah, tell you that He exists so that you can have faith. Hopefully it'll help your faith. God is willing. Look up those verses and ponder upon them and study. And please, please, please do ask God Almighty to guide you before you partake of this journey. Thank you for looking at my video, and you are entitled to subscribe to my videos, Lies About God, or not only lies about God, but the truths about God. /Forward Alim Muhammad. And I think you will find a real knowledge, as I've said in the past. You will find something to help you. God is willing. But please ponder upon this video. If you ever look at any other video of mine, this is only about 16, 17 minutes. Look at it and help save yourself and your family. May God bless you and have mercy on you and guide you in many your ways. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you.